Hey, hi everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to our Ubisoft post show.
Hi.
I'm Alex O'Neill. With me is Tony Horvath.
Hello.
And joining us from across the internet is Danny Juarez.
Hi. I'm here.
Hi, Danny.
Hello.
Hello. How you doing?
Good. I'm sleepy from that press conference. I saw your little joke about you having to steep tea. So
Yeah, that was a hot
It was a
joke.
good joke.
yeah,
It wasn't as good as the SSS tricky joke that Brian Altano made.
yeah, that was real good.
Oh, good. So YouTube chooses a random language to tweet our broadcast out from the Irrational Passions account, and this time it chose what looks to be Mandarin. Is it kanji? Do you think?
I can't tell from here.
Do you-
From my limited experience, that looks like Japanese.
Yeah. So Japanese. It was Russian for our Microsoft post show. I honestly have no idea why that happens.
I mean, I think it's pretty cool.
It's funny. I mean, I didn't change a setting to tweet in a random foreign language every time
it does.
posts, but it does it. And it's funny because we post Let's Plays every day, and those post automatically to Twitter from YouTube, and they're all in English.
Yeah, but only like our live shows.
Only live shows, it'll just post it in a random fucking language. Japanese is the theme of Ubisoft's press conference. Brian Nabishin Jackson is here.
Hello.
Nabashin.
What's up?
Danny's here.
I woke up.
Did you sleep at all through that Ubisoft press conference?
I actually did.
What'd you miss?
Well,
Pretty much a little bit after Assassin's Creed. Like Assassin's Creed went up, and then they went to Watch Dogs 2, and then that's pretty much what I got.
Luckily, I was smart and I took notes through this one, so I've got a full rundown. The Microsoft one, my attention was rapt. You can go watch our Microsoft recap. Danny's here. Danny, where are you from? For
I'm
people
from
to find
Las
you.
Vegas.
You're from. Oh, thanks.
I'm
pretty sure we all
don't
know
make that a thing. Don't make that a thing.
because Danny just talks about it all the time. No, yeah, I guess you're not on the podcast that you were on before the last time you were on. So
Yeah.
what do you promote now, Danny?
Promoting some writing. I'm doing now. Got motivated from you and Trevor on my birthday to start my Don't Break the Chain.
Mm-hmm.
So I started a Tumblr. It's tumblr.com/Stoked Gaming. And then
so stoked.
Gaming. This
yeah.
is like it's gaming, but to another level.
Yeah, so I have to be excited about everything, even things I hate.
Like Microsoft and Xbox, right? You hate Xbox.
I don't hate Xbox. I was just bored in the beginning, and then Scalebound showed up, and I was like, oh shit, I'm sold.
Yeah, you sent me a Snapchat. It was like this. Am I the only one bored by this press conference? I was like, yes. You're fucking crazy. It was a great press conference.
I was bored, and then like I wanted to see Recore, and they just showed a trailer, and I was like, that's it? Okay, like.
Yeah, but that game's out in 2 months.
Okay,
3 months.
You can still go in depth with it.
Yeah, it's $40. You hear that?
I know. That's real cheap. I'm excited.
I'm gonna zoom in on Tony and myself, so you can get a hotter shot of us.
Hello.
Behind the
You guys are so
desk.
hot right now.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, it's not even a desk. It's really a round table.
It is a
The funny
round
part-
table, but I'm making it look like a desk.
Tony never shows his camera on the normal show. So
It's because I've had issues in the past.
No, it's
showing my
it's
camera.
because you're typically naked.
That's also 90% of the time true.
Yeah.
But the publicly stated reason is that I've in the past had issues where if I have my camera on, then like I can't hear other people in real time. It just there's like a disconnect there and it gets laggy, and I don't like that. So I prefer to keep everything at as low latency as possible.
When I had worse bandwidth, I would turn my video off because it would cause issues. But now
It hasn't been as much of a problem since we moved because I'm very near to the router in my house, so it's
get a
typically
hardwire,
okay.
man.
But I also just don't have like a very good camera setup anyway, and I'm also like naked half the time. So
yeah, this is the story we hear pre-show, like pre-bonus content.
a lot of the time before bonus content, I'll just join and she'll be like, "Hey guys, I have no shirt on."
It's
right
like,
now.
hey, I just got off work.
Yeah, I just got off work
And
and
I
I walked
ripped
in my
my
house. I
clothes
took
off.
all my clothes off. Here I am.
And now I'm recording this podcast eating macaroni and cheese.
I usually don't have time to make that.
I know. You go and make it
We
when
should go get that.
mac and cheese?
Yeah.
I don't know.
We talked
I
about it
know.
yesterday.
I'm about to go get a burrito run before.
You can see how excited we are to talk about the Ubisoft press
There was
conference.
stuff happened. I don't know. Like
I
there's
mean,
some cool stuff there.
There was stuff announced. It was cool. The
Okay,
opening
let's
was
let's get into it then. We were talking about Ubisoft's E3 2016 press conference. Danny is here, obviously. We might have one more join us a little bit later. Danny, give me your overall thoughts. What did you think of it as a whole?
I gave it about like a 7 out of 10.
On what scale?
Out of 10.
What's 10 mean?
What is 10? So what 1 is poopy butt garbage.
So like
10,
so like
10 is
perfect.
10 is
So, like-
wing gliding and steep.
Yeah.
so like 1 through
True
4
fear.
is like it was pretty bad,
Yeah.
but you know, whatever. And then like 5 through 7 to me is like, oh, it was decent, it was good, you know. And then 8 through 10 is like, oh, it was pretty good to like, it was great, it was like amazing.
Okay, what would you give the Microsoft press conference as our control
I
variable?
gave it a 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would probably give Microsoft's press conference a 10, honestly.
Really?
Right now, but like that might change retroactively. It might Polygon
find out
review
how
score
great Sony's
change after Sony comes out and hopefully
Well,
knocks
we're
out
gonna
the
be
park.
drunk for that one,
God, I hope so.
so it's automatically.
If I get drunk, I'll probably just fall asleep though. That's my worry.
just like combine a lot of caffeine with a lot of alcohol.
What do you think? Tony arrived at my home
About 10 minutes in.
about 10 minutes in when they
Yeah.
started the South Park stuff.
Yeah.
What did you think?
Of the conference in general.
Yeah, as a whole.
It was okay. Like from kind of start to finish, there were no like big hits for me. But there's some, like there's some stuff I have my eye on. Like there's some games that I think there could be pretty cool. I'm trying really hard to have a positive outlook on Watch Dogs 2.
See, that's where I'm struggling with.
I think-
like Watch Dogs 1 was such a disaster to me.
Yeah,
It's just not a fun video.
I
game.
borrowed it from Mr. Alex to try it out ages ago, and played like probably like an hour, and then gave it back. Because
Now,
it was
didn't I
like,
lend it to you and you just never played it? Is that what
No,
happened?
I played for like an hour and then I gave it back.
It's about the same exact thing happened with me.
I played it for 10 hours.
Yeah.
It
And
doesn't get better.
No.
Yeah.
There are parts where it actually actively gets worse.
Yeah, I played it long enough to find out that hey, this is probably not gonna get better.
There's a great mission in Watch Dogs where you're in like a hangar type area and you have to defend it
Okay.
from a gang, and it's playing Wu-Tang while you're defending it. It's the best mission in that game, and it sucks.
Yeah. Well, like the funny part is like when the trailer got released last week or whatever, one of my friends was like, "Dude, I can't wait to go back and replay Watch Dogs 1." And I was like, "Yeah," I was like, "Enjoy that disaster." And he was like, he sent me a picture of the Metacritic because it's an 80, and I was like, "Just because it has an 80 doesn't mean it's a good game. Like it is still a shitty game."
It's like, I don't think it's a bad game. I'm gonna get that out the way. I think it is a slightly above average game that doesn't deliver on any of the promises it made. Right? It's nothing more interesting than Grand Theft Auto with a couple of feature sets.
I think like the big thing that was supposed to make Watch Dogs great was like that you can hack everything, and there's so much information available to you all the time.
Yeah, you can hack
that
three
you're so
things.
connected to everything,
Yeah.
right? And that in practice was very clunky. Is in my experience with the game, like I kept wanting to do something but not being able to do it in a way that was satisfying.
Yeah.
And having to spend too much time doing each thing, which is something that they said that they were trying to address and trying to make the hacking more accessible and like easier to do. Which not sure that it's something that I want. I want it
More
to,
things you can hack.
like that's cool, but like them making it easier or something along those lines, like I don't know if that would make it more satisfying. I think that would make it the game flow a little bit better, maybe, but I think that kind of goes against the whole idea of doing
there are skill trees,
Yeah.
so it happens as you progress through the game. Yeah, I mean, just to touch on Watch Dogs 2, and then we'll loop back around to Nobishin's thoughts. I mean, like, it just, you were asleep for this part, though, Nobishin, but they showed a demo. It looks better than Watch Dogs 1, but it doesn't look like a massive change.
Yeah, like I think the change is more so the mechanics that they're adding, like the whole drone with the surveillance and then the drone with the downloading.
Which was like
and-
they basically did the same thing in the Ghost Recon demo
Yeah.
earlier in the press conference, which is super weird.
Yeah.
I like Marcus. I like Marcus a lot. He seems cool. He's
Yeah, he
got-
seems like he has way more personality.
Yeah, he's got a lot of non-lethal weapons. He's got like a shock trank gun, and obviously his cue ball with like the rope attached to it.
Yeah.
So a lot of like melee focus, parkour. He's got a lot more mobility than Aiden ever did. And he seems fun. He seems like he's having fun, right? It felt a little forced in the bit that they were showing. So I worry about just the writing and the acting in general in that game. But like, I don't know. It's so hard to know because like Watch Dogs, the problems with that game were so systemic, like all the way down to how the game felt. It's hard to see like this 10 minutes that they should have Watch Dogs 2 and know if that game's going to be better.
Yeah.
Nabashin, of what you saw, what did you think of Ubisoft?
It was a fun conference.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same place. It was fine. Like,
nothing extraordinary.
Yeah, I mean, like they ended with a new IP, Steep. As they always introduce something new. Which again, this was not a thing for me.
We just kept talking about how often we would have died in that game.
Yeah, like I've a terrifying fear of heights. And so like half of the Steep demo at the end, which is like this extreme sports, just flying down a mountain, either on skis, on a snowboard, hang gliding, or in a wingsuit. And you got multiple mountains, and you can do it with other people. And like the wingsuit, he's just like weaving between
like mountains and
like going in the eye of a rock,
ravines and street, and like going through a rock. I'm like, I would have just splat into the
every
wall,
time,
fucking dead. And it's like Alex is dead forever then. He doesn't live after that. He isn't like this miracle man.
They're still scraping him off the side of that rock.
There's like this one point where he just like click and his whole head like explodes off and it like rolls down. And I'm like, that guy is dead forever. And then it cuts back and he's
back on his wing gliding suit.
He respawned on his wing glider, just going down, having a good time. I'm like, that's not funny. So I mean, but like Steep, the snowboarding parts definitely had a little bit of an SSX feel. There's like this extreme sports vibe.
A lot of snow.
A lot of snow. The snow graphics were great. I think they looked real good. The way the snow like moved and like when he was like on his skis and grinded to a halt and like it pushed the snow up. And then you can see like the grass coming up from underneath the snow. Like, oh, that's a nice visual touch. And it's out in December. So like that's just turning around this year. Ideally, obviously that could get delayed. They didn't give it a specific date.
Yeah. The funny part was like I saw on Twitter like right before it came out, people were like, "Oh, please be Skate 4," and then Wario64 like tweeted out like the whole
it's
thing.
Not Skate 4.
He's like, "Hey, the game. Sorry for the leaks or the spoilers." He's like, this conference is already long, but this demo is like 7 minutes long.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
It looked like apparently some people kind of turned around on it by the end. If you're into like sports games, I think it definitely looks fun.
Yeah.
But I've just never been into sports games. But yeah, that's kind of how they closed it. It was fine. They spent a lot of time on all the things they wanted to show.
Yeah. Oh, and there's a Watch Dogs movie being made because apparently Assassin's Creed movie did so well.
It's done so well.
It's fantastic. Apparently, that was the quote that was thrown out there. I'm like, it's not out yet. I know you guys think it's great, and that's good. But I mean, they're making a Division movie as well, or they're shopping that around at the very least. So I mean, Ubisoft is starting to feel a little confident with its IPs, and they really don't want Vivendi to buy them because they at the end they were like, freedom is nice.
Yeah,
you can do fun stuff when you're free. And I'm like, fuck, is this a cry for help?
Right?
Is it like genuinely though? Eve is like, we are free, and that's why we can do these video games that are fun, like Steep. And I'm like, fuck, man.
All right.
If Vivendi's gonna buy you, and then you're never gonna have fun again, are you? And it's their 30th birthday, which was cool. I didn't know about that.
Yep.
Yeah, neither did I.
They kick things off with the hottest NX title of 2017. That's right, Just Dance 2017.
This is the one thing I wasn't here for.
Yeah. That and Wildlands you missed. Yeah, I put out a tweet that picked up pretty well of just like currently announced NX titles, Legend of Zelda Wii U, and Just Dance 2017.
Right. And Dragon Quest 11.
And Dragon Quest 11, that's true. That's out there somewhere. So yeah, it's a Just Dance game. I like that they say like it's coming to every fathomable gaming platform, including like mobile and PC.
Yeah, they were like PC and NX next year.
And then in October, and then NX next year. I'm like, all right, sure. But yeah, not much to say. There was a bunch of people dancing on stage. It was
The giraffe became the meme of the whole conference.
Yeah, the giraffe was great. I wanted to be that giraffe. Just like I wanted to be the sharks in the Katy Perry halftime show. I want to be in that outfit. Wildlands, Ghost Recon Wildlands got a pretty extensive demo after that. It looked cool. You know?
Yeah, lots of cocaine.
So much cocaine. Like, I keep making jokes about it being cocaine, the video game, but like the whole premise of it is like, what if you owned all the cocaine, all of it? I'm like,
what would you do?
What would you do with all that coke? Apparently you'd run around and shoot stuff. Yeah, the demo, they announced it's coming out March 7th. It's worth noting. It's weird. Like, is this instanced? Did they bring in like random 2 other players, or like were they all sharing the same world the whole time? Don't know, but it was 4 people in the same world. 2 of them were off way far away. 2 of them were in like kind of where they started, and where they were showing the perspective from. Eventually, they met up and they attacked this compound looking for this dude. They went in all stealth. They did some recon. They used a drone like they did in Watch Dogs 2 later in the conference. It was cool. Like a lot of the fake Ubisoft banter.
Yeah,
between
the fake talking. I was like, no one talks like that.
Introducing those two guys as like wrestling people.
That's later.
Later.
We'll get to that.
It's all coming.
And it's just the guy. Everything went wrong. Of course, the guy got in a truck and drove away, and they chased him down. But the car chase, it's like one guy on a motorcycle, and then 2 guys in a truck, and one guy's shooting out the passenger side. And then another person in a helicopter. They're chasing after the truck, and
that was super cool.
It was cool. Like, it looked like a dynamic car chase, like you would see in like a movie or television show.
Yeah.
And it looked good.
Yeah, I mean, the things he was saying though before was like, you said you can play the game entirely solo or 4-player co-op, and then he's like, and it's the largest open world that they've ever built. So,
yeah. So how fun is that world when it's not full of anyone?
Yeah.
I wonder, like, that can that game be fun by itself? Can you just do like all stealth, all tech, and whatever, or does it really need to rely on 4-player co-op? I mean, Division I think was still fun by yourself, not as fun, but you could still get some enjoyment out of there. Maybe they learned something from that. But yeah, if I like the idea of like this a vast kind of living world that you can have 4 people just walking around in. It's kind of like the idea of GTA co-op. Where you can actually do missions together. Fractured Butthole, South Park.
Oh, I'm so excited for it.
Yeah. What did you think of this nomination?
I thought it looked good.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm really tired.
I know. Me too. I feel you. I'm not a South Park guy. Tony, I don't know if you are either.
I played the Stick of Truth, and it was good. But I'm not, I wasn't really genuinely excited about that one, and I'm not really genuinely excited about this one either. I can kind of take or leave South Park, but
Yeah.
I mean, I've been a fan of South Park since I was a kid growing up. So like, Stick of Truth, like I absolutely loved it and all the references and everything it did, and the RPG mechanics. So I'm excited for this, and the whole idea of it's like they're superheroes. You choose your class and your abilities. And like the whole story takes place a day right after Stick of Truth, and that the kids are done playing that game, and now they're playing superheroes, and like they're having a civil war. And like the new, like he was saying, like the new combat mechanics, you're no longer in a restricted space. You can move around the environment, and then like manipulating time and space is like a big part of combat now and stuff. So it looks good, man. I'm excited for it. There were a bunch of negative tweets I did see about like just Trey and Parker because they're very controversial as people.
Mm-hmm.
And like their joke at Kanye West, and someone tweeted out, I saw, was like, "Oh, 2 white dudes making a joke at Kanye West turns off the conference." Yeah,
I mean, it's gonna turn off some people. Like, I wasn't really paying attention to them because I know their whole shtick. Again, as someone who doesn't like South Park, I like a lot of people like it. Clearly, people are enjoying it. I'm not. It's never held any appeal for me, but I'm not going to disparage anyone for enjoying it. But yeah, it looks like another South Park game. It looks
Yeah.
bigger, better. If you pre-order it, you get Stick of Truth for PS4 and Xbox One
Yeah, that's
and
cool.
PC.
and
But
PC.
but if you pre-ordered it like as a physical copy, you don't get that copy until the game releases. But if you do it digitally, you get it immediately today.
That's cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's cool that they're just porting that up.
Yep.
I imagine that's not too hard to port, since they had a PC version before, and that's out December 6th.
Yeah, which
well,
is cool because there were so many issues with the Stick of Truth when it came out, like the release date it being delayed and stuff
yeah.
because of that studio.
And like they said with that game, like, hey, we kind of figured out how to make a South Park game by the end of it. So I definitely seemed like I thought there would be a faster turnaround for Fractured Butthole going into it, and it did. So yeah, that's out this year. That's a good December game. I think that can sit very comfortably on its own. They showed some Division DLC.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care.
Yeah.
If I can get a squad back, I'm down to play it again.
We're just gonna play Destiny, man.
I'm not jumping back into Destiny. I
Dude,
told you that.
you gotta go play. You're gonna play Rise of Iron with us.
Yeah, we're gonna do the raid during Extra Life.
Yeah.
Is that?
We did it last year.
I did King's Fall for the first time during Extra Life last year.
We literally sat on this couch that you can't see anymore and played Destiny for like 6.5 hours straight.
Yeah, it was Sean
At the
Pitts
beginning of-
was there.
Yep.
Cameron Abbott, Destiny Mike. I think it was Destiny Mike.
Yeah. So I don't know what
and
I don't
another
know
person.
what fantasy life you're living in, Danny, where you don't play Destiny. But it's time to.
Did
come
you have
back
like
to
a
reality.
problem with Destiny, Danny? Do you fucking hate Destiny?
I don't hate it. I just dislike the motive of the way that Bungie treats their fan base. But
So you just don't want to play with me.
Yeah.
Got it.
no, I'll play with you guys. I guess
Danny's like, fuck. I mean, yeah. If it comes down to us, then
you know, when you make me feel bad, Alex, I'll do anything.
I know, it's true. I mean, we gotta at least we're set on Titanfall 2. That's gonna be.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't play Destiny with me, I'll probably just block you on Twitter.
Fuck you, Tony.
Yeah. Get weird, guilty text messages about it. Anyway, outside of external references, Division DLC, don't care. They talked about it at the Microsoft press conference. We didn't talk about that in our post show.
Yeah.
It's coming
Well, it
out
was
at the end of the month. for
June
the first
28th
tech. Yeah.
but first to Xbox One and PC, and then like I think it's a week after.
It's
PlayStation
August.
gets it?
August for PlayStation 4
Oh, August for
and
PlayStation.
PC.
Okay.
Or for PlayStation, yeah. It's coming
Yeah.
to the PC and Xbox One together. Just to rub salt in that PlayStation wound.
Yeah.
But Ubisoft's all over the place because later on when we go to Watch Dogs 2 DLC is first on PlayStation.
Yeah.
So it's weird to have that in the same press conference.
Yeah, that is pretty weird.
Eagle Flight VR.
Jesus Christ.
There's so much cawing.
There is a lot of cawing.
It was okay. That demo was okay for the first like 3-4 minutes, and then the entire rest of it, I was kind of like, I couldn't. I was,
They got Palmer Lucky up on stage.
I was like,
Fucking fly like a bird.
I was so out of it watching it that I was
Yeah.
like, when he was like, "Oh, he killed him," I was like, "Wait, how'd the bird kill?" the
yeah,
other
how
bird?
did that happen?
Yeah, the birds were like shooting guns.
Yeah,
They were like shooting like orbs from their mouth.
it's like sound waves.
And they like specifically said you killed and this bird is dead. I'm like, this is kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
These
Yeah.
4 eagles,
And
man.
they're just trying to take a rabbit from point A to point B.
Yeah, it's capture the flag.
Capture the rabbit.
Capture the rabbit.
And, like, the
Where you
point
get
there-
something and take it to the point.
Yeah.
It was cool. Trevor Starkey pointed out, kind of looks like Quidditch. I agree with that.
Yeah. It just seems like it's really hard. It is hard in general just to demo VR. on
Yeah,
that stage.
that was one of the better ones. Like nothing broke.
Yeah.
It was just like okay, yeah. Like I bet that game looks real surreal in
Yeah. When you're in
VR
it.
because like the art style and how fast it is. But from the distance,
Why don't they just make a Quidditch VR game?
Yeah, like why don't they just make a Quidditch VR game?
Because it's going to be Warner Bros. That makes it.
Come on, Warner Brothers, get on your shit. Partner with HTC. I don't know. I'll pay for it. I got like $15.
Yeah,
That's enough.
That's enough for
that.
an HTC setup and a.
But
PC.
do like a VR thing in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, where you have to like go like lock yourself in. You sit on a little broomstick where we're a
You know what I
fucking
just realized?
HTC.
You could do that in your home with your own broomstick.
Yeah, I
VR
do.
is going
I
to be
do have a
released.
broomstick.
Or PSVR is going to be released when we do Extra Life, and I'm going to have one.
Oh fuck, that's right.
Yeah, we're
It's
all going to
October.
strap in with those things.
Unless it gets delayed at Sony's press conference.
Oh my god, for the Neo.
I doubt it would be delayed for the Neo, but I could see it being like pushed to like late November or something stupid like that.
Yeah.
Star Trek in VR, Bridge Crew.
Space Team.
Yo, like what
Yeah.
up?
What up, nerds?
Yeah, what up, nerds?
yeah,
Mr. Burton got up on stage and was like, "Aisha Tyler, I'm confessing my love for you," right there. I was like, I ship it. I'm into this.
I'm cool with it.
I hope next year it's just them two on stage making out.
The whole time, the whole
I
2
ship
hours.
this.
Can we talk about how great Aisha Tyler is?
Yeah, she's awesome.
I love her.
She's like, it kind of sucks throughout, like watching like when E3 is building up throughout the year, like people tweet at her like, "You're not a real gamer" and stuff, and like she just like is so hardcore back to them.
Yeah, she's like, "How about you go get fucked, asshole?" And I'm like, "Yeah, fuck them." I don't think she ever said that. No, Aisha Tyler's great and she's funny, and even when it's awkward with her, it's still fun.
Yeah, she makes it good.
So, yeah, she's a great host. I'm glad that she's just their host now. No more Mr. Caffeine, Joel McHale bullshit. It's just Aisha Tyler all the time. Star Trek. It's a VR Star Trek game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
what I like about it was the trailer was kind of goofy, like, oh, the celebrities from Star Trek, from the movies and the shows, are all playing characters and they're experiencing it, and it's like, no, they've been on a fucking ship deck. They've lived Star Trek.
Yeah.
But it's cool kind of seeing like when people have talked about VR, like, is it like when you put it on, or is it just you in your own space? But they're like, oh no, this game is an open space where it's like you can have friends in there with you and you guys are all in the same virtual reality space.
Yeah, as long as you
Sure.
can do that like online.
yeah,
as well.
because
Yeah.
it's never gonna happen that we ever have 4
Oculus
VR
Rifts,
setups
yeah.
in one room at
one
the
room.
same time.
Listen,
we
I will buy 4 PSVRs for extra life.
Yeah, but we don't even know if that's coming to PSVR.
yeah, but like if
know.
you take 4 Oculus ready computers and plug them into the same circuit, that circuit's fucked.
Yeah, you're gonna burn the
Yeah,
fuck
right.
out
You're
of it.
gonna burn the goddamn house down. Don't I know it?
Yeah, says the man who's experienced the house blowing up.
Blowing up and burning to the ground.
Yeah,
Who are you getting PSN invite from, Danny?
yeah. Come on, Danny.
What's up?
Nobody.
You trying
It
to go
was-
play Overwatch with somebody?
No, it was a notification from the
It's okay.
community that there's new community posts.
I can let you go.
No.
Bye, Danny.
Don't do that to me. Don't shove me out like this.
Not like this. Yes, I don't know, Star Trek. The game itself graphically did not look super sharp. Just gonna throw that out there. Yeah, it's probably early footage. Could be just like a little prototype, tech demo type thing.
Yeah.
But didn't look amazing. LeVar Burton looked much more appealing than the game. But that's just true of most things.
Reading Rainbow.
So For Honor,
Yeah, that looked pretty cool.
Oh,
which is a
Give me that.
post-apocalyptic game.
Yeah, we thought we were
God
watching a trailer for World of Warcraft Cataclysm
Damn it,
at the beginning of that shit.
World of Warcraft Cataclysm for Ubisoft platforms. No, it's like oh, there's an earthquake and the world ended. I'm like,
Yeah.
what is
Now
this?
samurais will fight
What is this bullshit?
knights and
I can't have a fucking knight samurai Gundam
and a barbarian guy.
Viking guy warrior game without it being a post-apocalyptic game.
Right.
You got
Yeah.
jelly in my peanut butter.
Exactly.
Now we'll all fight over this one damp spot.
There's jelly in this jar of peanut butter, and I don't like it. That's my stance on E3 2016.
I don't like it. Says
I don't
Alex
like it.
O'Neill.
I don't like it.
That story trailer was really cool though. Like visually, it was stunning.
Yeah, it looked good.
I mean, it's a CG trailer.
I know.
What
I know.
The
But,
game
like,
itself, I thought, looked
You got
better.
style, bro. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got style.
I'm pretty over CG trailers at this
Yeah.
point. We're like 20 deep in so far. Like
Sure.
after that Agents of Mayhem trailer, I'm like over it. There's like a 4.5 minute like cartoon, and I was like, all right, that's my full CG trailer quota right there. The Halo Wars one was all right, but that was it.
Microsoft over here, but over
Yeah, because I got that Microsoft hat on.
Goddamn Johnny Anderson.
Yeah,
No,
John Anderson bought me with cash money. No, For Honor, I mean, it's post-apocalyptic, I guess. It's coming out Valentine's Day. They showed also like some of the single player campaign.
Yeah, but there's 3 separate campaigns: Samurai, Viking, and Knight.
Yeah.
And like the main antagonist is a pylon, which people like were like, "Who the fuck is that?" on Twitter. And I was like, well, if you read like the Bible or even like Christian mythology, like he was like kind of like this guy called the Destroyer who killed and raped villages and like was known as like a huge emperor.
Is he? Would he qualify as a horseman?
No.
Darksiders 3 confirmed. I was gonna say that either way. So
Yeah.
go ahead, Navashin.
Oh, I was just gonna ask, were you talking about that woman who was talking over there?
Yeah, it was a lady in the armor. So
Yeah.
I mean, is that who she's supposed to personify?
That's who she's supposed to personify.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm into it. Yeah, it definitely seemed more interesting than I thought that game would. In a similar way, like the Titanfall campaign, it was like, oh, there's like this hook to this that is weirdly interesting.
Yeah. I do want to say though, I played that at PSX and the combat was a little goofy and wonky.
It looked that way.
I've heard people describe that as some of the best third-person action combat.
I've also heard it described as some of the worst.
Yes. So I have no idea what to think of that game.
Yeah, I definitely like to get my hands on it before I make a judgment based on how the gameplay is.
What they were showing, like how when he was moving, it showed like the right stick, like left, right, up, like him blocking or the stance
he was showing that Simon Says game.
That wasn't in the like gameplay one that I did, so it was cool seeing like they're kind of adding new features and trying to fix it in a way, and listening to, I guess, feedback from people.
Yeah, I hope that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, For Honor.
Yeah.
Same day as Persona, so I'm for sure not going to play it.
Right.
That guy, though, he loves his game.
That dude with the cane scares the shit out of me.
We thought he was going to kill everyone else on the stage.
I mean, he looks, the cane itself, the way he brandishes it makes it appear to be a weapon.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's just a cane, but that man,
it's actually a cane.
That man
sword.
just wears it. You know what I mean?
It's a threaded cane.
It's a threaded cane. He is a hunter from Bloodborne.
Bloodborne. Someone tweeted out I love this guy because he fucking loves swords.
Yeah, he fucking loves swords. He's like the Gabe Newell knife equivalent with swords. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Grow Home 2. Grow Up.
I'm so excited.
Let's go to the moon.
Let's
climb up the moon.
The whole planet you get to explore this time.
Yeah.
I mean, I literally thought all that stuff that they showed was pretty much from Gone Home, or at least I thought that was the end game. Grow Home, sorry.
Yeah.
I thought that was like the end game for that game because I haven't beaten it yet. So I don't know. So looks cool though.
Yeah, I know a lot of people love Grow Home.
Yeah.
I played like about an hour, maybe two of it.
That's about where I was with it.
Okay, I got my fill of this. I kind of don't want this.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it like that. I'm not necessarily jiving well with these the weird one hand at a time grab mechanics. It didn't sit with me well, but I know a lot of people love it.
Yeah, it's just kind of cool that Ubisoft is taking a chance with this weird indie title and making it a franchise in a way.
Yeah.
When it could have just been a one-off that they did with it.
This is their new annual franchise, Grow Home. Replacing Assassin's Creed. Yeah, called Grow Up. It's coming out in August, so it's right around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's cool. It's definitely a cool thing. They spent some time on the Assassin's Creed movie. I'm gonna be honest, I got up and left the room to make coffee during this.
You did. I watched it.
So I was falling asleep. I was dying. Not related to the press conference, although the press conference wasn't hitting every point quite like some other press conferences, but I didn't sleep last night. So
no, you didn't.
Here I am.
Yep.
As a broken, shattered man.
I'll hold you.
Don't.
Danny,
come on.
Come on.
Yeah, they talked about the Assassin's Creed movie.
Yeah. It was just...
Yeah, I mean, it looks alright. It looks fine. They showed some behind the scenes footage.
Yeah.
Michael Fassbender talking about it.
Yeah, Michael Fassbender just being like, Assassin's Creed is fantastic.
I think that you're about as likely to go see this movie as you are to go see Warcraft.
Well, which is 0.
Yeah.
It's negative something.
The director was like, yeah, we're really hitting on some historical moments. And I was like, I don't think anything...
Yeah, I remember the part of the Spanish Inquisition where that guy jumped off the tower into a hay bin and totally didn't die. That was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like... It was calling in the background.
Oh, yeah. Is that how it works? Every time.
Yep. Whatever. Assassin's Creed movie.
I mean, hey, I would attach myself to a giant robot arm.
They are confident in it, which is good. Maybe that movie will be all right. Maybe I'll watch it like after it comes out on like DVD or Blu-ray or whatever.
Like you will with Warcraft.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to a movie theater to watch Warcraft.
I feel like that's the
tonight.
best experience.
No.
But hey,
Have you seen
in
Warcraft? Danny?
IMAX 3D.
Yeah, I'm seeing it tonight after the Sony press conference, and I do my write-up.
Yeah,
and
Danny and I are
everything.
going together.
Yeah.
You're
We're
shipping out to Vegas?
No, Danny's shipping out to here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, shipping out to you guys. I'm actually living with you now, Alex. You don't know this yet.
That is terrifying. Then it was the Watch Dogs 2 stuff. Then it was Steep.
You forgot about Trials, Blood Dragon.
Oh, Trials Blood Dragon.
Yeah, that looked all right.
Where was that in between?
I think that was before the movie.
That's for the movie after Grow Up.
That was when they did the weird like wrestling thing
Uh,
and introduced those two guys, which I can't remember their names.
Yeah, the WrestleMania / Paxomania guys. They weren't actually at Paxomania,
No, they
but
weren't.
it was
One of them had some cool like hand gold,
LMFAO, as
some
Aisha Tyler.
metal knuckles.
Yeah.
When
One
she
of them
said,
was the executive director of Ubisoft.
yeah, when she said LMFAO got back together, I didn't know they were both white. I lost my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, that game looks dumb. It's just also a twin stick shooter as well.
Yep.
They're like, nah, we're just gonna have you shoot an Uzi in this game, which is, I mean, that's fine.
I thought isn't it Trials tracks based
It's
off
Trials tracks, but one of them just has you as a person running around shooting
yeah.
people,
and it's released today.
and that's your out now moment.
It's out.
Yeah, it's available now. If you'd like to go play that, I wouldn't. I've never played a Trials game. I've played a Trials game. Never. No, thank you.
Have you played a Blood Dragon game?
Yeah,
It's real good.
that one's all right.
Yeah.
I couldn't finish it because I was like super done with it.
Okay.
Got halfway through.
Sure. It's the kind of thing that does get old.
Yeah, kind of like I was with Saints Row 4. But that game's all right.
Though I thought Saints Row 4 was pretty good to the end.
Yeah, I just I couldn't.
You just ruined it for him, Tony. That's all.
Yeah, you and Joe ruined it for me, so it's fine. It's fine, okay?
It's fine.
It's fine. But that's it. And then
Yeah.
Ubisoft obviously closed on Steep and said, "Hey, if we get bought, we're all gonna lose our jobs."
Yes.
They didn't say that. That's not funny. I hope they don't get hostily taken over by Vivendi.
I hope they don't all lose their jobs.
Yeah. Steep, weird way to go out. It's very steep.
Yeah, they should have just ended with Watch Dogs.
Yeah, mountain. Like just going like down the mountain. Down the mountain
Yeah. In a wingsuit
in a wingsuit.
and dying.
Like
There was a guy that crashed
The thing was
in a wingsuit. You're dead then.
Yeah, you're fucking dead forever.
And
The
then
thing,
you can record your crashes and share them with your friends.
the thing is like
Watch me die.
Tony was like, I do the paragliding. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I would do paragliding. I wouldn't do it because I'm terrified of heights. But if I did it, I would do it. But I would do it like over like a field, like an open field with no obstacles. Like, why would you do it next to
The
a
idea
mountain?
of it is that like you're not dropping out of a plane to do this.
Yeah, but like no obstacles.
Yeah. I
Like,
don't want to run into anything.
here's my dream scenario, Tony. I have a very tall building next to an entirely open
So
field.
there's just a giant field and one
Why would you
giant
wanna-
building there.
like a
Why would you want a
6-quarter.
field and not an ocean?
Well, because like if I'm paragliding, it's gonna be cool. It's not gonna break. I believe in that.
Yeah.
I believe.
Would you ever go skydiving?
No, I don't think I could do. I've thought about it, but I don't think I could.
What if
do
it was tandem?
It would have my first time would have to be tandem.
Yeah.
You have to
Even
do a few
still,
runs before
I'd be
you have to go by yourself.
I'd be so like I get so tense when I get like anywhere near heights, even if I'm like a few feet off the ground, like
Yeah.
looking down, just knowing that I'm above the ground. The only time I'm fine is when I'm in airplanes.
So basically, your ideal
Makes
situation is
perfect
that
sense.
there's a giant field and a big building in the middle that you can just jump off the building and then paraglide safely all the way down with the equipment that for sure will never break.
yeah,
And then at the end, there's a giant plant that eats you.
yeah. I mean that's literally the worst. Used to be whole alive, and then I'm like, well, my vorophobia just like kicked in, and I was screaming the whole time. But it's
Yeah.
fine. No one could hear me. Yeah, I can't do heights. Not mission, thank you. The airplane, it's enclosed, and there's no wind. You can't feel the wind.
What if you could open the windows on an airplane?
Yeah.
Just
see,
put
that'd
your
be-
head out.
Oh my
That
god.
would be the worst. Well, I mean, one, your head would rip off and explode off because of the depressurization.
Sure.
But for two, fuck that.
Okay.
Unless like the window could open in a way where it shoots air on my face, and then I can fall asleep on an airplane. That's the Ubisoft press conference. Thank you for watching. I think that's all we got, Danny.
Yeah.
Unless you have anything else.
No.
What's it? Tumblr.com/Stoked Gaming.
Yeah, you can just follow me on Twitter at StokedDanny and everything.
Is
will
it
be posted there.
stokedgaming.tumblr.com? Would that also be acceptable?
I guess so. I don't know how Tumblr works.
I think that's how Tumblr works. I don't
Okay.
want to blow your fucking mind.
You know better than I do.
Yeah, I've been using Tumblr for a couple of years now. It's all right, It's just too complicated.
I took a break because there was a
You
lot
should
of porn on my feed.
you should open your Tumblr up
Wow.
to anonymous questions.
Mine?
Yeah.
I think it's open to it. People just have never asked me anything.
Oh, okay.
It gets real terrible. You get people that are like, go kill
It's
yourself.
real dark, real quick.
That's fucked up, Danny. Don't say that on our post show.
I'm just saying Tumblr's a dark place, dude.
I guess there's a lot of Tumblrettes out there. I believe in the irrational passionistas. It's a great community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great group of folks. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, we've got one more post show left for you. If I'm even alive by the time
It'll probably
that
just be
comes
me
up.
here.
Yeah, it'll be Tony hovering over my unconscious body
Being like, just kick you a couple times.
as he
Well,
normally does. But yeah, we were coming out after Sony. Now Sony tends to go long, but last year they didn't. Here's the thing. Here's the kicker. Sony's like almost always 2 hours, but last year they were like a little over an hour. So I don't know.
That's not true.
Was it last year that they were a little over an hour, or
That
Yeah.
was 2 hours, bro.
No, last year they were like an hour and a half.
there was 1 year where they didn't go that long over an hour. It might have been 2 years ago. It might have been last year. I don't know.
But listen, they are gonna have the conference of dreams. Let me tell you.
I don't believe that for a
I think it'll be a
second.
very normal conference.
I don't know what to expect at this point. Sony's had a couple off years. Like for me, for a lot of people, they're just like, oh, announce my dreams and they'll never come out. But if you announce them, I'll be happy
You
anyway.
are so snarky. My God.
I'm just saying, Sony hasn't earned it, right? Like they
Maybe they have, bro. The fact that even acknowledging it.
I know I
Kojima's in the
No one
house.
else does it.
no, you're not listening to what I'm
Show up
talking
on
about though.
stage.
I'm saying last year Sony was like, hey, Shenmue 3 is a Kickstarter. Hey, Final Fantasy 7 is a thing that's far off. And hey, we're going to talk more about Final Fantasy 15. Like, they're bringing up these things that still haven't released, right?
Dude, Bird Dog.
They need to break that chain. They need to talk about new stuff.
They're going to talk about No Man's Sky.
They need to talk about what their studios are working on. If they can do that, then I believe. But they haven't done that for like 2 years
Listen,
in a row.
They're going to do it.
So I absolutely have the right to be disappointed going into this. Well, not disappointed, but like have low expectations because they've set a track record over the past 2 years of not delivering. Hey, these are our first party studios, and this is what they're doing. Like, here's Horizon, here's The Last Guardian, and then we don't talk about any of the other several studios that we have. Like, it's not unfounded, Nobishin. They've set the record.
I mean, was it okay for Microsoft to do that a few years ago with 360?
It
was fine
wasn't.
with that too.
It wasn't.
It was fine.
But like Microsoft also filled it with stuff that has come and gone.
Okay, but here's the thing. Even if it's false promises, they still put on a hell of a conference.
They do. They put on a good show, right? They have a good like gravitas to it. They deliver the message well. Like like Adam Boy's pulling out the note sheet saying like, all right, check off this. Shenmue 3, Final Fantasy 7 remake, Last Guardian. Like that was fun. So they have fun with it. That's always good. I just I don't know what they can do now.
They bring out Kojima.
Kojima is a good get if they can get Kojima on stage because I didn't think of that when I wrote my predictions.
But all he's going to show is a logo, so that's even worse.
No.
That's true. That is even worse.
Him and Mark Cerny went on the journey for new technology. He was on.
They went on the journey.
Show a logo. And
Listen to me now,
able to show.
So he was here. He was on the YouTube live stream with Jeff Keighley, and he was like, "I can't tell you what I'm here for," but he's like, "We haven't decided on the engine, but we have something. So I promise you, we're gonna see something tonight.
If he shows anything, it will be just like Powers. It will be just like James Cameron. He'll be out there and talking about it. There's nothing to show.
He definitely doesn't have a game, right?
Yeah, there's nothing. There may be concept art.
Breaking Danny's heart right now.
And that would be a lot. That'd be a huge step.
But like,
concept art is all I need. That's all I need.
I mean, like, it's the thing for me personally. For
that's
me alone,
that's the counterpoint for you. Like, it's what Danny's excited for and what Alex is against. We're talking about two different things here.
If they come out and say like, "Hey, here's this thing that you're really excited for, but it's not coming out anytime soon," like that's just like
that's literally Kojima.
Yeah, that's Kojima always.
That's what he does.
Like, don't do that. Like, you've done that so many times now.
No, he comes out and he says, "Naku 2 is the thing," and everyone freaks the fuck out.
I hope everyone's wrong and they do show, what's it, Ni no Kuni 2.
That'd be cool.
Because that was like such a cool surprise for me at PSX. I want to believe that game's like moving along somewhere, but they haven't talked about it, so it's probably not. Anyway, but yeah, like I don't know. There's a lot of rumors circulating around, like Sucker Punch doing a Spider-Man game, and maybe that would come out soon.
Sony Ben's
Dead Don't Ride, and maybe that would come out soon. Last Guardian, if it didn't get delayed again, or just it disappears in the ether, they just don't talk about it again for another 5 years.
Well, like they went to Japan and IGN saw it, so they're
I mean, I think that game's probably coming out. Yeah. So like they have things that they can show, but yeah, like I don't want the Kojima situation. I'd love if Kojima had something to show, but he doesn't. So like keep
concept art.
Let him cook for a little bit longer. He's working on something. It'll come out someday, maybe in 5 years if we're lucky. So yeah, like focus on the things you can deliver.
Kingdom Hearts 3.
I mean, that's just that's not something you can deliver. I think we're definitely going to get an update on Final Fantasy VII though.
Yeah.
Chapter
It was
1.
weird to see 15 at Xbox because it's been so PS4 centric.
Yeah, Trevor Starkey brought up the whole Microsoft does have a relationship with Square Enix because of Tomb Raider.
Crystal Dynamics, that's a different one.
Yeah,
but it was literally because we never seen it run on Xbox One, and they showed it. So that's totally valid.
They do have to remind people, hey, this is coming out for both systems.
Hell yeah,
and it's good because
I keep forgetting, honestly.
Yeah, like Final Fantasy 15 is going to be cool on both systems. Just like Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming out on Xbox One, but nobody fucking knows that. Yeah. At least in North America.
No one needs to know.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. It's cool that more people get to play those games.
Yeah.
And Final Fantasy is far from an exclusive franchise, at least for the main entries now. So
yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Sony. It's just like Sony coming off of last year now, like where we are at the full year from last year, right? And they had like Horizon, which is now 2017, and they had Shenmue, which is dark. They had Final Fantasy VII, which we saw a little bit at PSX, so maybe this is a good chance to talk more about that. Final Fantasy 15, which has a date now, so that's good. That's out of the way. They don't have to talk about that. And then they showed like third-party stuff all last year. They didn't show any of what their first parties are working on.
Yeah, that's been their mantra for like the past few years.
I know, I'm saying like they need to switch it up.
Hey, we got Dreams, dude. It's going to show up.
Yeah, Dreams is going to be the game. I'm going to tell you right now. Dreams is the game.
Hey, so I do want to put one of my predictions I put out on the You've Been Played podcast I do with Steven and all them. Mm-hmm. One of my predictions is that they're going to say Final Fantasy VII Episode 1 is released February 1st, 2017 to like commemorate like the 20-year anniversary of Final Fantasy VII.
That's crazy. But I mean, I'm saying Nabashin, like I don't think they can, because people are going to lose their minds over it if they announce their Boulevard of Broken Dreams and continue that on. But like I don't want them to. It's my opinion. I'm
not knocking down your opinion, bro.
I know, but you're getting all worked up, and I'm like, well, what do you want me to say?
No, you're getting all worked up. I'm just trying to defend my point. That's all.
I know. It's just like.
Hey, Nabashin's awake now.
Yeah, now I woke Nabashin up.
Me up. Thank you.
This is how I fucking just pumped the adrenaline back into you. Except we got 3 hours before Sony. That's why I'm just like letting this run long, because we got time.
We got time.
But yeah, I just give me something, Sony.
Sure.
I'm just saying don't bring down everybody else.
I know I'm not trying to bring down everyone else. I'm
I know
saying
you're not. I know you're not.
They brought me down right last year.
Yeah.
And I'm that's where I'm at. They brought me down. I'm coming into this down. I want them to impress me. These God of War rumors that have been circulating for what, like 2 years?
Mm-hmm.
Make something like that, like the Ben game, like Danny said, make something of that. Their first party's got to be doing something.
Well, what I'm saying, like, for example, I'm saying, like, maybe they announced October 3 and it's come out for 3 years. Wouldn't you be happy that they at least said something about it? Like, oh, you're actually doing something with this. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, but
that's what people are feeling. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I would be happy, but it's like that cheap good, right?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't last. Like, it's like
that's game announcements.
Yeah, and that's
Those
why
are conferences.
But like the
we're still waiting on Zelda. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean that's shifting though. The game announcements are becoming more realistic, and like that's a big part thanks to Fallout 4. For the most part, I mean, of course, there's still your praise and your games that are probably pretty far off. But I mean, like Steep, look at Steep. Like Ubisoft finally did a thing where like, here's our closing game, and it's coming out this year.
Yeah,
which is like they should have been doing that for a while now, because obviously that's what killed fucking Watch Dogs.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that this is indicative of more of a shift away from, hey, here's a game and it's not out for 3 years. Like, don't do that. It's the EA syndrome. You keep doing that, you're gonna end up like EA.
Sure.
They have nothing to show. Except for
Don't even get me started.
we're gonna talk about Broken Dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mass Effect Andromeda is a sad broken dream. But like, I can't help but be cynical about Sony after last year. That's where I'm at. We will see. I'm not like closed-minded. I'm open to loving it.
I was just not gonna watch the press conference.
Yeah, I'm
like,
just
fuck it.
Fuck the press conference. No.
He's gonna show up to the post show. I slept through the whole thing.
No, you're right. You're right though, Danny. They put on a good show. They have showmanship down. They like when they got that kind of like the little skip in their step, like back in like 2012 or something. It was around then. Maybe it was 2013. Maybe it was 2012.
Well, like everyone gets excited when Shiro hits the stage, Adam hits the stage, Gio hits the stage. Like they know them. Like that. People want to see them come out. They're the faces.
All right, over under PSN name changes. This is the one.
No, it's never gonna happen.
No.
PSX is where it's going to be announced.
Option.
No.
I'm no too. So all under. Definitely no. No way it's ever gonna happen. I agree with that.
Talk about their network. They don't do that.
Yeah, it's true.
Ever.
PSX is where it's like
because they know.
Yeah, they know.
They know.
Yeah. My feeling is this PSX is where they're going to say that because it's like, hey, this is the room with all the fans.
Yeah, but that's the same. They could have said the same thing about last PSX. In fact, quite a lot of people did, and then nothing came of it. I don't know. And it's true. I tweeted out earlier, but Microsoft's press conference kind of ruined me. Also.
Yeah,
they really did. They really ruined me, like completely. But that's what makes it exciting. Competition, right?
Mm-hmm.
Put on a good show, inspire others to put on also a good show.
Let me tell you, I will buy one of those custom controllers.
They look cool. I wanted to go get an Evil Controllers custom IP controller though. If I do make one, that's probably where I'd go through. I think we should probably wrap this. We can argue back and forth about Sony and my Boulevard of Broken
Dreams. Yeah, we can do that on our between streams stream.
Yeah, we're probably gonna stream some Quiplash
or something.
Overwatch.
No.
That'd just be us watching Alex.
It'd be me falling asleep playing Overwatch.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'd
be playing with you guys.
Yeah, I'd still fall asleep.
No reason to.
I'm very tired.
No, shit, that hurt.
I'm sorry.
I don't think I could do an FPS. Quiplash keeps your mind pumping. FPS is more like reflex. Anyway, we might do twitch.tv/Irrational Passions, and we're jumping back and forth between YouTube and Twitch here.
We'll do something.
We'll do something. We'll play a game. Tony and I are here, just running around screaming with her.
We should get Gus to take pictures with us with this.
Tony is showing me on his iPad this iPhone like camera attachment that like attaches a tennis ball to the top of your phone,
so the dog will look at it.
So the dog will look at it when you take a picture.
So good.
It's the dumbest. It's the dumbest thing. It's effective. I can tell from these like weird stock photos they have. But
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you for joining us for Ubisoft post show. If you missed any of our other post shows, you can go click the top website post on irrationalpassions.com. They're all embedded in there, and you can also go to youtube.com/irrationalpassions where you're watching this right now, and you can just see our most recent uploads. I'm probably going to put a E3 playlist together at some point, try and get that organized. I can't do it before we go live on the videos, though, because YouTube, it's weird. But thank you so much for watching. If you like this, share it with your friends. We'd really appreciate it. We will be back after Sony. Again, I'm speculating that they'll end an hour and a half at the earliest, an hour and a half after their start time, so 11:30 p.m. Eastern, 8:30 p.m. Pacific. But it's probably going to be more likely like midnight Eastern, 9 p.m. Pacific. We'll see. We'll see how it rolls out. Until then, though, thank you so much for watching. For Danny Juarez, Brian Upshin Jackson, and Tony Horvath, I've been your host, Alex O'Neill. We'll catch you guys next time.